Hey guys, welcome back to Linda's Resin Room. So what we're going to do today is we're going to do this and this. Now with this little heart rhythm, what I want to do is I want to take my Mateo chrome powder set. I am going to take the red, of course, and paint the heart up. And then I'm going to mix up some resin, use this Let's Resin black mica powder, and fill the rest of it up. And that's all I'm going to do to him. Now with this one, I'm going to paint these flowers up, and there's a few little leaves around it too. I'm going to paint those up. I think there's leaves. Kind of looks like all flowers to me. I think I'm just going to paint them all flowers. But I have a temporary tattoo that I'm going to put here. It's a rose. So let's go ahead and get this on here. I've already checked to make sure that it would fit, and it will fit okay. Have my brush. Just gonna paint the water on there. This works awesome. My sister who does nails is the one who told me about this, and she's like, you won't get it everywhere. It's so much neater, and it comes right off. And it does. It works great. I still dripped a piece of water in there. Did you see me? I'm gonna put just a little more water down here and see if I can get that water droplet out of there. And then what I'm going to do after I get those roses painted up and this temporary tattoo on this mold, I am going to use this Serenade lemon yellow, mix it in with resin, and then finish filling this up. I'm hoping it's light enough that it's not going to make it to where you can't see my rose. And there's some yellow in that rose that it might pull out. That's what I'm hoping for anyways. Now once this is set, it should just slide right off. I'm just going to rub it around in case there's any air pockets in the tattoo, because sometimes you do get air pockets down in there. And there it goes, sliding off. So I could just slide this up, and we've got our tattoo on there. Once this is completely cured, I will take some just clear resin and pour on the inside of this to cover the other side of the tattoo here and seal it in, because this tattoo will be sticky, because that is the side that is supposed to touch the skin to make it stick on. And that will seal it in with just a little bit of resin. Alright guys, I'm going to put these on a time lapse, paint these up, and then we'll be back to pour. Alright guys, so I got my resin mixed up. I got 12 ounces of resin here, and I am using the JHKL resin. It's epoxy resin. It's a 1-to-1 resin. That's part A. Part B. It is done by volume, so I did 6 ounces of part B, 6 ounces of part A, and I have mixed it. Now I'm going to measure out 120 gram in this cup. I'm thinking this might take about 6-8 ounces, and this one might take about 4 to 6. So I'm hoping I have enough. Let's see what 120 is. Almost. A little bit more. Okay, 120. Now let's put our colors in here. If I have any left, black, and I can always make black. Black paste, it's going to turn black. Yellow, I cannot. So we're going to take our 8 ounces here, and we're going to put our yellow in it, if I can get it opened. This is the Serenade lemon yellow. I've got the lid crooked or something. It's not. If it came a little bit, but it doesn't want to come all the way off. There it goes. Isn't that a pretty yellow? All right. And I chose purple chrome from the Mateo kit to do the flowers in. All right, I'm going to do 2 good little scoops of that and see if it's enough. If I can get the lid back on now. It's going on crooked. Well, you know what? Let's set it out of the way. Let's see if this is enough yellow. I would like to put this in the debubbler. Probably for maybe 5 minutes. The resin didn't make that many bubbles. It's really hot here. It's 81.5 degrees. And I've got fans going. I have to turn the air conditioner off because of the noise for you guys when I'm recording. Okay, I think that will be a good yellow. All right, I'll finish mixing that up off camera. Now let's do our Let's Resin black mica powder. And I might put some crushed crystal in here. I think that would look really pretty. All right, that's a lot of pigment in that. But I want a good black. I'm going to use the Lores Expressions Stardust. Now let me get my little spoon. And I don't need much, just a little bit. Hopefully that's not too much. And let's get us a stir stick. And let's see what this is going to look like. I'm just stirring it slowly until that mica powder gets really in there, because you don't want mica powder flying everywhere, going through the air. Yeah, I think that'll be pretty. All right, guys, I'm going to get these finished mixed up off camera, throw them in the debubbler, and we'll be back to pour. All right, guys, I put my resin in the debubbler for 7 minutes. I'm just worried that it's going to get too hot. So we are just going to pour this slowly. And hopefully it goes down in all those edges and all those little roses without bubbles. Okay, see those edges there meeting? Just letting it slowly roll up in those flowers. Let that level out a little bit, and let's just start pouring some in here. And this is our black. I'm hoping 4 ounces will be enough for this. Trying to do it without spilling it everywhere is a little difficult. Trying to hold still. Sorry guys that I'm trying to concentrate. Trying to steady my hand with the other one. I'm hoping pouring it like that will keep from any bubbles being in there. Try to get back over here to the other side. Almost. Yeah, I think 4 ounces will be plenty. 4 ounces might be what this takes. I don't remember where I got this mold. I've had it for a while. I've had it for over a year. I do know that. So I've made it once before. Okay, let's let that settle. Let's try to make sure we don't have any bubbles down in there. Maybe this will pop any loose if there are any. Look on the bottom. Alright, I think we're okay. I think we're going to have a lot left over. Almost. Okay. Now let's see how much that one held. He's slightly domed, but not by much. We had 8, 4 and 4. So I've still got 4. I see some bubbles coming up. And I've still got quite a bit. So this one doesn't even hold 4, I don't think. If I can get it to dome, maybe, without spilling it everywhere. I'd like for it to go ahead and drop. Okay, it's not going to. So let's just put in a little more here. Just filling it up and letting it kind of spread out on its own. I don't know what my neighbors are doing, but they're making a lot of noise today. I don't know which ones it is, but okay. Let's find us another mold. I'll be right back. Alright guys, so I've got this feather mold, but I don't want to fill yellow. I'm going to put some of this super copper in that, and I'm going to mix it and see what kind of color we can get. Let's see, are we finished with the black? Yep, we're finished with the black. So I'm going to take, let me get my stir stick here. I'm going to put a little bit down in here of that yellow. And this is the black and yellow together. Gives it that gold look. Now let's put some of this. It's really getting warm, so I'm going to have to hurry. I'm going to put a couple of good little scoops of that down in there and see if we can get this to change this color up. Okay, I like that better. May not be mixed well, but I do like it better. Now let's just pour this. Don't know how it's going to turn out. Don't know if it will turn out. Now, we have got to get this to go right down in those edges. So I'm just going to pour some copper. I'm going to make a mess because this is going to drip. I'm going to pour the black. And I'm going to hope that I can get this to go around. I'm going to pour a little black there. Pour in some of the copper. And this may just look ugly, but get that bubble out of there. Trying to make sure I don't have any bubbles, and I've just got it overflowed. All right. Let's see if we can finish filling this up. Put a little more in through there. Don't know how it'll look. It may just turn out plumb ugly, but we can say we didn't waste our extra, right? I think just a little bit more. All right, now we're going to take our bear, and we're just going to finish with the rest of this into this bear. So I really don't think that flour held much. If it took 2 ounces, that's surprising. Or not flour, feather. Oh, it's been a long day. Okay. You know what, I'll do that off camera. Let's just get what we can down in here. It's still not going to fill him up. So he will move on to the next video. Alright guys, I'm just going to finish dumping all this down in there, and I'll see you guys back for demold. So these are cured up, so I'm going to set our little bear, because he still needs some more, over to the side. Our feather was our extra, so let's see if we got this without any bubbles down in here. I've had this mold forever. It's still a little bendy, which will make it a little easier to get out of here. Let's stretch this over the end. Let's see if we can pull this out. I have a bigger feather tray mold too I've never used. Here we go. I'm going to have to clean that up. Well, there. I don't want to lay my pieces back in that and get it stuck to it. Alright. Okay, that didn't turn out so bad. I can take some, maybe a gold marker, and highlight some of these little areas down in there. It's cute. Alright, let's do our little rhythm. This is going to kind of be a little basic. Very easy to demold. It just pops right off. Okay. There we go. Alright. Let that completely cure. I've got a couple little bubbles I'm going to have to fix. Now this. I was more fond of the yellow when I looked at it through the jar. Not fond of it so much through the piece. Oh, it don't look too bad. Actually looks pretty good. Might take some gold and go across the top of these. And then this is sticky, so we'll put a little clear resin down in there. Alright. It is kind of cute, isn't it? Alrighty guys, I will see you back when I get some resin mixed up. And first I might do a little time lapse and put some gold on here. And I got a bronze pen that'll look better on here. And we'll fix those up, and then we'll mix up some resin and put a little bit in there. So I'll see you guys in just a bit. Alright guys, so I was going to paint this up, but I didn't like the way it looked, so I'm leaving it alone. It was just too much. I did take a gold paint pen and outline around some of the petals, which I think did help. I have 23 grams of resin mixed up here, and I put in a little bit of this sparkling white mica powder by Chang Tai Ji. This is the same thing as like the Unicorn Art Crushed Crystal, but this is like $11.99 for this big bottle, 200 gram. And so when you can't find the Unicorn Art Crushed Crystal, you can use that, or the Diamond Dust. I probably put too much sparkle in here, but that's okay. This really doesn't need a thick layer. I just want to seal in that that rose. So I've mixed up more than what I needed. I just didn't want it to not have enough. Alright, there's some micro bubbles in there. This will completely degas. And I have a migraine today, guys, so I am not going to do anything with this other than put it in our dump mold. There's not much anyways. So we'll just scrape all of this out of here. Sorry about the scraping of the cup. I'm trying to make it as quiet as I can. Okay. There we go. I'm just going to roll this around. That way there will be a thin layer of that in there. And I'm going to clean this stick off. Now for this, because there's bubbles, I'm going to take my heat gun. And I'm just going to blow this resin around, and it will pop all those little micro bubbles. And there we go. You don't want to do that too long or you'll end up flash curing it. And then we'll just let that up, leave it alone, cure it up. My other piece, my heartbeat, it's sitting outside. I fixed all the little bubbles in it, and I sprayed it with this clear glaze because I took some black over those little bubble holes, and it's outside drying. This doesn't take long to dry up. Alright guys, I'll take some pictures once this is cured up and the other piece is done, and I will see you guys back for the next video. So I'll see you for now. Bye.